eBay seller from Northwest Montana doing over $200,000 a year in sales from garage sales, from estate sales, from thrift stores, you name it, we're buying and selling. All about everything here. And on this channel, I live pack my orders Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so everyone can see exactly what we're picking up. We can chat about what we're picking up, tell you why we picked it up, maybe why it's sold, maybe talk about other things going on in the reselling world, maybe things you want to talk about in your reselling business, hobby, whatever you do on the side. So that's what we're doing. It is Tuesday. Our sales are a little slow today. We usually expect about 12 sales a day. We only got 6 today. We got a little over $200 going out. After a great weekend. We had a great weekend. I think $1,600 went out yesterday, and today we have about $200. And this is kind of expected for the meantime. I am doing a lot of work. People who've been following me, they know that this behind looks a lot different. I've been setting up new shelving on that side of the space, and so we're kind of moving into this side of the space with the goal eventually to be that every item that goes into this shop gets listed, and then we're kind of processing things in the storage units. I know it's silly to think about, like I've been processing out of this space for a while. That shelf of junk is kind of gets processed and then comes to the listing area and then goes in. I want to process out of this building and just be able to list in here, so it's a little cleanup. But anyway, all that to say that things look a little bit different, and we're getting ready for summer, as we're going to be bringing in a lot more inventory, because we're definitely not prepared for the summer season to bring in the inventory. I want to get to that point so we're ready to go. Anyway, we got 6 packs, some lower dollar stuff today. We'll just get these going. And I do have to get out of here a little early. We usually go about 45, it should be about right. 45 minutes is usually what we're doing, and it should be a shorter day. I got my dishwasher coming in. For anybody following my saga of the dishwasher, Costco delivered the wrong dishwasher. They delivered a model that was quite a bit cheaper than the one that I ordered, and so I went ahead and they're getting the right one to me today. So I got to get off here in about 45 minutes, whether we can finish the stream then or not, to go catch the delivery drivers as they get in. Starting off with some Irish setters. So these Irish setter, Red Wing Irish setters went for $30. They're with the more of the modern ones that are made to look old, I believe. But they do good, the mock toe leather. We got April 11th. Let's grab these guys out. And on these Irish setters, usually the condition does not matter because they're just well-built boots that people can refinish, repair. Are you the right ones? Yes. Yep, and these are the modern ones made in Vietnam. Let's see. 8.5D, 83605. These are them. Yep. So these, again, like you'll see this, the sole and stuff. This looks just like the old ones because they used to make the vintage ones were just like this. But they've remade them now, making them out of China and Vietnam, I believe. So they don't do as well as they used to do, but they still do all right for me. $30, and we're getting them for less than 10 usually when I pick these up at sales. Oh, let's get these going out. I need my bigger envelopes for this guy. We got Les T. Wake up, chat. Don't be shy. We had a party yesterday. It was great. It's been great to see. We've had a lot of repeat people. We've had a lot of people finding the channel and just telling me. I've gotten a few, even some DMs saying that like this has been helpful for them. Just kind of watching in the background. Some people like to have it on when they're listing or they're working. And we've got a lot of people now that are catching the replays. And I think like Jack yesterday, he's been watching the replays, but he finally was able to catch a live. So it's great when you can. But I get that it's early for a lot of folks, but not for you, Les T. I know you're up early, and Adam. For anybody following along, Les is one of the people that is local to me. She runs a great business. And I don't think I'm going to see her today. I think you probably are not going to be at the bins later. So good to see you in the channel. Ooh. Yes, I am excited to get my shop all ready for the summer, because right now it's a mess. But it's a trade-off, because it's like every second I spend putting shelving up and this, that, and the other, I'm not getting items up, which stinks. But I know it's a necessary evil. I want to be able to process a lot when it when the floodgates open, and the floodgates have started to open here. We are starting to see sales. I've been wanting to set up my shelving in a certain way. I should, maybe I'll put up another video. Maybe I'll put up a video of my shop so people can see it, because I've had a couple people wondering about that, what the setup actually looks like. I've also thought of putting an overhead camera to add to the stream. 13 by 10 by 6. We house about 1,500 items, so not a ton. But we do move around. I think my sold is 1,300 right now in the 90-day period. Close to 100% sell through. I just measured this. I forgot. 13 by 10 by 6. All right. And the experiment today, the goal today is to get about 10 boxes of media from the storage unit and process through that. I've wanted to start using the Better Lister, try to process some of that. I know a lot of people have had success with that particular AI on the media side of things. I've not found a media like the AI I use for clothing and shoes. I'm on Spadeberry personally. I've not liked for media. And also the fees are a little bit higher over there. I'm gonna try out the other one and see if we can get that working for the media today. Is the goal. I also just set up 2 new shelves to catch the media because I've been running out of space there. I also just did a purging of some old inventory. Got La Sportiva, April 6th. These were listed. They went pretty quick. Wildcat shoes. So the end goal is to be able to process stuff without having to continually move stuff. I've been having to move things from shelf to shelf to shelf to shelf because my systems aren't keeping up with the amount I'm listing. And now that I can finally keep up, I should be able to do better with all that. All right. Perfect. Oops. And they should fit just fine in another envelope. Because they're not women's fashion shoes, this guy won't care if they come in a bag. Yeah, I actually set this media aside intentionally until I found the right AI lister, and so I think that's going to be the one I'll use. Otherwise, I'll get a box in and say, nope, this stinks, and I'll just go back to doing it normal. I guess normal would be just by hand and doing it with cell similars. I think my plan to process it all, it's lower dollar media. When I say lower dollar, for me, I like to keep $10 as like the lowest I will ever sell like a book or something for. At least I try. Some of them slip through at the $8, $9 range. But if I can get it in batches and have like this stack is $10, this stack is $20, this stack is $30, and just go, the hope is we can get a few hundred listings up in a couple hours. Shouldn't be too hard to do. These were from, these 10 boxes are like the lower to mid-tier books from a buyout I did of a collector from Alaska that had a lot of interesting Alaska history books. And as I was processing through and, you know, getting ready to donate and get rid, because it was 6 truckloads. So this one particular buyout where I have like 10 boxes left, it was 6 pickup truckloads of books. And the first, anything that was going to fetch over $100, actually it was like over $50. Anything that was going to go over $50, I've already processed out. And then these are all the ones I've been waiting for the right AI lister to come around. And these are the ones I've been saving. so I can just process them quickly. So that's the goal today, is I want to see how much I can get processed. So hypothetically, then over the next few weeks, we'll see a lot of interesting random Alaska books come through. 13 by 7 by 5. If I do everything I'm supposed to do and actually get these processed today. But in the meantime, doing lots of shoes. I do a lot of shoes, a lot of boots, a lot of books, and a lot of random. And the more estates that open up here, the more random we'll have. But most of my bread and butter comes from thrifts or local deals, which is going to be books and shoes. All right, what else we got? Some Clarks. Not a huge sale. These have actually been sitting almost a whole year, but I guess it's getting to that time of year where people are out and about doing stuff outside. So we got some flip-flops. We took an offer for 12 bucks. These are, you know, $1 at a garage sale. Nothing crazy on them, but they're really easy to ship out. 8.5. So they've been listed since August of last year. These, the Cloud Steppers, usually a quick little throw-in if they're in good condition. Sold a few of these. And there they are. Someone probably had this exact pair and then they just wanted a matching one, like the Cloud Steppers. All right, I need probably that size. Let's see if they fit in smaller envelope first. Oops. Also thinking of getting a second storage unit. I've been playing with that idea in the back of my head. Right now I wear them nearly every day in the summer and love them. Did you buy my Clarks? You wear the Cloud Steppers, huh? Must be good ones. I just know they have almost 100% sell-through. Like they sell so quick. Usually these ones took a whole year almost, but they go quick usually. Les T says she wears them every day in the summer. Let's see. Yes, I just got these new. That'll be fine. But right now I operate about a 1,500 item store. Just again, not a lot. And it's the everything store, so I got some big stuff too. Wrong size. Oh, it's not for you. I got some big stuff. I got little stuff. I got all sorts of stuff. Some people can operate, you know, a 10,000 item store out of this kind of space if they're like just clothing or if they're just like jewelry or something small, maybe media. But I do a little bit of everything, and so I'm operating about 1,500 items. I could probably do around 5,000 items when it's going to finally be at capacity with the size of stuff I do. So I'm not really worried, like, unless I want to start hiring some folks. Like, I'm not really worried about this space ever outgrowing it, but I do need to get some designated processing space that's out of here so that, like, when stuff comes in this door, it's ready to go, which has not been the case. I've been doing processing in the same spot that I'm doing my listing, and I want to change that. So I got one storage unit that I think I'm going to use for maybe overflow stuff that I want to do, like either take to the auction house or I want to do a yard sale with. I think I'm going to start running some yard sales to try to move some less than desirable stuff. 5x4. And then the other storage unit will be for the eBayable stuff that just needs to get into category so I can bring it in here by category and list it. I'm really trying to hone in on my processes because I got to get dialed in before summer, because if the first few sales of this year are any indication of what's to come this year, it's going to be a good summer. Whether that's because I've just gotten better at picking or whether that's because people are clearing out this year, I don't know. But like, we've had some really good sales already. And I'm saying relative to the amount of sales I've been at, it's been really good. Pulling in stuff that usually I'd have to go to like 10, 15 sales, I'm getting it at like 4 or 5 sales. All right, on to some clothing. I don't do a ton of clothing, but thanks to AI, I do more clothing than I've ever done before. April 2nd, April 2/2, these are some Carhartt pants. Believe a bins pickup on these guys, just some ripstop pants, work pants. Let's grab these guys out. $20 bill in them. Get this box. There we are. A lot of lower dollar bread butter. Nothing crazy today. I had an $80 sale overnight, but they haven't paid yet. These. Bread and butter is what pays the bills. $20 sales. Make $10, $20 sales a day. You're making a couple $100 a day. You're making around 70 grand a year. Not too bad. All right, let's see where we're at. Ugh. Measure this guy up. 11.8 pounds. Getting into 3-pound rate. I'm actually going to slide this guy because it's going to all the way to Jersey. I'm going to slide it into a bubble. I do this sometimes. So like on the bigger stuff like this, not bigger stuff, but on the heavier stuff, when it gets to that 3-pound rate, because this barely touches the 3-pound rate, I save about $1 by doing it into a bubble mailer, a padded flat rate. I calculate all, I do, not calculated shipping, I do flat rate shipping for any clothing because I'm doing it just kind of a one-size-fits-all with my AI listers. And so I think I charge $8.95 for shipping, which covers most items that can fit into that poly bag. But once it gets to the 3-pound rate, we lose a little bit. We lose about $1 on the shipping. I have to send it in the padded. That's fine. Still easier than calculating everything or trying to play the free shipping game. As if you caught yesterday, there was a big debate on whether free shipping or calculated is the way to go. Or paid shipping, not calculated, but free shipping or paid shipping. And I am team paid shipping. Padded flat rate, so we'll lose $1 on the shipping, but save $1 from what it would have been otherwise sending it in one of these. That's how I calculate all my shipping. I try to get my shipping so right about the cost of one of these is where I try to calculate that shipping out for mine, because then if it's less, I'll make some money, and if it's more, then I'm never going to go over the rate to throw it in one of these paddeds. All right, we got a couple books coming up. Standard Oil Company, New Jersey Oil Production, $12. So again, a lot of small sales today. August 3rd was listed, and almost a year ago. And there it is. This came out of a storage unit. I bought all the books from a guy who buys storage units. There were a bunch of really cool ones about geology, oil, rocks, that kind of stuff across the Dakotas. Ugh. And the coolest one of these went to Florida. It was a $900 Rockefeller book. But then the rest of them just, make a little bit of money here and there. So we're already way ahead on this buyout. But just little $10 bills heading out here and there. This is the kind of stuff, like this book right here, $12. This is the kind of stuff I want to list today. I got to get processed from my unit. And the goal, I want to get 100 books up today if I can figure my listing software out. I've not used it for media yet. All right, 1 pound on the media rate. 12 by 12 by 1. Own. What is next? Another book. All right, so we got a Abraham Lincoln Franklin Library. The Franklins don't do as good as the Easton Press, but they still do okay here and there. Anytime I can get a Franklin or an Easton, obviously you just pick it up for, if you can get it for like less than $5 on the Eastons, less than a couple bucks on the Franklins. Because even if, you know, a lot of the Franklins are just a pain to sell individually, but they will sell in lots, and you can do them for decor. So I'll pick up the Franklins no matter what. Let's see, on January 10th. But then occasionally you have ones like this that you can get a few dollars out of. So they go individually. There we are. And this I got from another storage unit buyer. He also buys estates out. And I bought a van load of books from this guy for $300. This is in there. You know, this is a collectible one. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in a box because I don't want to get the corners dinged up on this guy. 9 out of 10 times, you know, these guys will just go in a padded. But this guy's heavy enough. Got some nice corners. I'll throw it in a box for him. It won't be too much more expensive. Really shouldn't be any more expensive. And I got this nice box I just got from a return. I had a return to sender. A return to sender yesterday. The guy didn't even reach out. It just showed up in the mail as return to sender. And whenever that happens, I go ahead and I just refund them everything, minus the original shipping. Put the reason as it was returned and get it relisted. So that one will sell again soon. All right. Oh, I just covered this up with a sticker. There we go. Got this label from my postal annex. We'll cover that other label up with some white labels and I'll be good to go. All right, I'm going to get a couple labels that are just blank to cover up the old return to sender label. And then we can just reuse this box. Again, we're trying to reuse the, we're trying to put this one in a box because I don't want the corners banged up on a nice, more collectible book like this. 12 by 10 by 4 and 5-pound rate. Here we go. Shipping was perfect. It's days like this, though, that dial me into the fact that this is a very bread and butter business. This is a very just grindy business. This is not like the hype you get to see a lot of times on YouTube or Shorts or TikTok or whatever. Like this is what it looks like. Packing $10 to $20 books. But that's how we get there. We had one come in. This one came in while we were packing, so I'll go ahead and just get this one out too. Another book. A lot of books went out. I must have triggered something in the algorithm to put me up on the book sales. I don't know. I find that that's the way this thing works, is like once you list a certain category, you get a lot of sales in that category. So I must have done a few books recently, triggered books to sell. April 7th. This is a copy of Jaws. think it was just a throw-in at the bins. Really boring $9 book. I sell this guy whenever I find this. This is the cover you're looking for. I can't put it up on my because it came in midstream. It's the Jaws that looks just like that. It's just a paperback Bantam cover. You always get between $8 to $15 depending on the condition. This guy had creasing in the cover. Still a good readable copy. Threw it up for $9. So we got $9 plus shipping. We'll make about $6, $7 on that. And they're super easy. Like it's already out of here. 9 by 8 by 1 and 1 pound. I've sold that guy many, many, many times. I find that one all the time. People like the cover. Those old paperback covers that look like cool. I think, yep, that is the last one that came in. So 7 sales today for a little over $200. Very bread and butter, very simple sales. I think the highest sale today was just these La Sportivas. So, you know, just a slower day. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I gotta catch that dishwasher from Costco. I got a lot of things going on. I gotta catch that dishwasher from Costco. Gotta get myself to the bins. Gotta get to the post office. What else are we doing today? We're gonna hit up. My kid's got a cross country meet. I get to do that later today, and then I gotta pull 10 boxes from the storage unit. I want to get 10 boxes processed if I can, at least ready to process of that media. So we'll see that over the next few weeks. Hope your sales are good. Hope things are good in your business. I'm going to be signing out here. If this content is helpful for you, I know it's a slower day, but give me a subscribe. It helps you in the algorithm to see more stuff like it, and it helps me to get to more people as possible. Just click the little like button on the video. That also will help me. And then you can catch ones that come in the future. So we'll see you next time. Hope things are good in your business too.